Are you filming it?
Wait,
So I want you guys to get this. I want them to destroy every element of Hamas they can get their hands on.
Senator Marco Rubio, reportedly Trump's pick for Secretary of State.
Thank you for being here today.
The gentlewoman was suspended.
What is the interruption for this time? It is our time.
The gentlewoman was...
Elise Stefanik to serve as the UN ambassador, and Mike Waltz has been asked to serve as National Security Advisor.
Terrorism on the march because they smell weakness in Washington.
Together with Donald Trump.
Those are just some of the picks in Donald Trump's cabinet, all known to be pro-Israel and tough on the Islamic Republic.
Sometimes the writing is on the wall. Iran needs to find a way to compromise with the United States on all sorts of issues, and probably needs to compromise with Israel.
Despite surrounding himself with people tough on Iran, that doesn't mean that talking is out of the equation.
President Pezeshkian saying it doesn't matter who is in the White House. It does matter. What Iran needs to do is also decide fundamentally if they're willing to essentially take the plunge and talk to this American president. While the Iranian authorities are still angry about what Trump might have done to them back in his first term, they can, if they wanted to pursue the idea of some kind of a dialogue and sort of compromise making with this next Trump administration, there is certainly an opportunity here.
A second Trump administration means a return to maximum pressure.
Trump 2.0 would look a lot like Trump 1.0. A return to maximum pressure, an emphasis on economic and diplomatic pressure on the regime, particularly through sanctions and regional isolation. And so far, Trump's picks for his cabinet and his national security team seem to align with a return to that policy.
The question on many minds, does Trump's selection for helping him to lead the United States indicate that war with Iran is an option? Some say it's actually who we decided not to pick that could help answer that question.
The reason why Pompeo and Haley were kept out is because within the Trump world, there are those who consider the likes of Pompeo and Haley as to sort of be what they call new conservatives. They have a appetite to intervene around the world in wars. And if, obviously I don't know what the outcome of that policy debate inside the Trump team, but if the reports are true, then clearly the ones who call themselves against forever wars, or at least as of right now, have the upper hand.
They said he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars.
Whether he wants to go to war against Iran, whether he's willing to use military action, I think that will depend on context and circumstances, particularly the circumstances surrounding Iran's nuclear program and the potential for additional military confrontations between Iran and Israel, like we've seen this year with the missile strikes.
Some Iranian Americans who support Trump are overjoyed.
These are all individuals who have a very unique understanding of the threat that is the regime in Iran, and that's very unusual for lawmakers. A lot of lawmakers do not focus on foreign policy and have very little understanding of Iran, the Iranian people, the regime in Iran. So we are seeing a new dawn and a new era, and I hope to see a huge shift in foreign policy where the regime in Iran is finally held accountable for their human rights abuses and for supporting terrorism, because that's what the world deserves to see. And we will see a more peaceful Middle East because of it, because peace through strength is important on the world stage.
While there were a lot of external factors and unknowns, the potential cabinet picks offer some clues into the future U.S.-Iran policy.